Blom, the Canadian attorney of the UUA, falsely accused me of blasphemous libel. We cannot leave President Morales out of this. You know, he is ultimately responsible for what happens on his watch as president of the UUA. So regardless of whether or not he, rubber stamped this, and there's no reason to believe he didn't, he is responsible for what, good morning, for what Kathleen K. Montgomery and other UUA staff do, even if he doesn't have any hands-on role, even if he was somehow unaware of it. Like, I have my doubts that he was unaware. I expect he was, kept aware of what was going on. I don't think this was done behind his back. But even if it was, he still is responsible for what happens. Even if he didn't have any hands-on responsibility for the actual blasphemous libel accusation against me, well, he's most certainly responsible for refusing to withdraw that accusation, in the aftermath. When I responded to the cease and desist demand letters of Maitre Marc-André Coulombe, I made it very clear to Maitre Coulombe and top-level UUA leadership, including President Morales himself, that the blasphemous libel accusation was completely false. It was made on a false basis, and it would not be blasphemous libel even if the basis that the accusation was made on was true. So completely false, basically false on 2 counts. False on the actual basis of allegedly making unfounded vicious allegations, but false in it wouldn't be blasphemous libel even if I was doing such things. I expected the Unitarian Universalist Association to formally withdraw that false accusation and publicly apologize for bringing it against me. I also demanded that the Unitarian Universalist Association, since it was clearly guilty of trying to cover up and hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, should disclose, exactly how many Unitarian Universalist ministers have actually been convicted of such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. I mean, I know of a certain number that have been convicted, but I'm sure there's probably some that I don't know about. And then, for every Unitarian Universalist minister or Unitarian Universalist religious educator that's actually being convicted of pedophilia and or rape, we can be quite sure that there are others who've engaged in such despicable crimes but have not been charged or have not been tried and convicted of such despicable crimes, pedophilia and rape, but committed them nonetheless. I think it's fair to say that it's unlikely that every Unitarian Universalist minister and every Unitarian Universalist religious educator who actually convicted the despicable crimes of pedophilia and or rape were, convicted and sent to jail for it. I'm sure there are people who got away with it, and that may have even been covered up by the Unitarian Universalist Association in various ways. In fact, it looks to me like there's a quite recent case of sexual assault. We're talking, mid-2000s, in which the minister, who clearly sexually assaulted members of the congregation in a state where it's illegal, it's a criminal act, to have sex with your congregants, was not charged with a crime. I think, I don't know all the details, but it looks like this minister, although she did face discipline from the Ministerial Fellowship Committee, was not actually charged